Welcome to my YouTube channel. We are discussing various topics of Unit 2 Current Electricity class 12th, and the topic of the discussion for the day is grouping of cells. This grouping of cells could be done into various ways. First of all, let us consider we are having n number of cells, each of EMF capital E and internal resistance small r. So as I have said that we have to group these cells together, we can group these cells in three different ways. We can attach them together in series, we can group them together in parallel, or we can do this grouping in form of mixed grouping, that is in series as well as in parallel. So if we are having n number of cells, we will talk about the grouping of these cells when these cells are connected in series. So first case is when n number of cells, each of EMF capital E and internal resistance small r are to be connected in series. First of all, let us mark all these cells in series. So we have to join all these cells in series. Let us complete this combination, and as we have to withdraw current from these cells, so we have to attach external resistance capital R in series with this grouping. So now we are having n number of cells which are connected in series. We are having external resistance capital R which is to be connected in series with this combination, and each cell is having a internal resistance small r. Now first of all, let us talk about the total resistance which is offered by these n cells. As these n cells are connected in series, therefore the resistance offered by these cells is also connected in series. And for series combination, we had developed a formula, that is Rs is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus and so on Rn. Here we are having equal resistances, therefore Rs is equal to R plus R plus R plus and so on R, and in this case we can write it as Rs is equal to Nr because we have added Nr resistances. So Rs is equal to Nr is the total resistance which is offered by the group of cells when they are grouped together in series. Now we have to talk about the total EMF. When we are talking about the total EMF, in case of series combination, this total EMF is added up. So total EMF E is equal to E1 plus E2 plus E3 plus and so on up to En. So total EMF in this case is going to be, total EMF is equal to N times E. So this is the expression for the total EMF. As we have calculated the total resistance which is offered by the series combination of cells, we have also calculated the total EMF of n number of cells when these cells are grouped together. Now we need to find the total resistance of the circuit. In this circuit, we are having total resistance is equal to Rs, which is offered by the series combination of the cells, plus capital R, that is external series resistance which is connected with the combination of the cells. So total resistance of the circuit is Rs plus capital R. Now we need to calculate the total current flowing through this circuit. In this case, we are having R dash total resistance is equal to Nr plus capital R, which is very clear to us, and from Ohm's law we know V is equal to IR. Here we are having total potential NE. Therefore, we can say NE is equal to I into total resistance R dash, which is combination of NR plus capital R. So we can say we have I is equal to total EMF divided by total circuit resistance. So we are left with I is equal to Ne divided by N into small r plus capital R. So this is the total current which is flowing through the circuit when n number of cells are connected together in series combination. Now we have to talk about the various cases, that is we will talk whether when will be the maximum current flowing, when will be the minimum current flowing. So how can we take out the maximum current when we will connect n number of cells together. So first of all, let us consider if we have attached external resistance capital R very greater than n into small r. So then what we can do, we can put nr is equal to 0. If we will substitute nr is equal to 0, then we are left with I is equal to n into capital E upon 0 plus capital R, because nr is so small in comparison to capital R that it could be ignored. So we have I is equals to n into E divided by capital R. So here E upon R is describing current due to single cell. So that means total current flowing in the circuit I dash is equal to N multiplied by current due to single cell. So that means if we have attached external resistance capital R such that its value is very greater than n into small r, then in this case we can say that maximum current could be withdrawn from the combination of these cells. Now let us say if we have attached the external resistance capital R such that it is very small in comparison to nr, that is capital R is very less than combination of the resistance offered by the cells. So nr, that is capital R is very less than nr, then we can put capital R is equal to 0. Therefore we have total current flowing through the circuit I is equal to Ne divided by n into small r plus 0. Now we are left with Ne upon Nr. Cancelling out n, we have I is equal to E divided by R. That is, the current flowing through this combination is equal to current due to single cell. That means we will not be benefited if we will attach external resistance having a very low resistance. So if external resistance is having a very low value, in that case in series combination of cells we cannot withdraw maximum current. So that means in series combination, if we want to withdraw the maximum current, then we have to attach a very large resistance in series with the series combination of the cells. So now let us go to the other part, that is second combination, which we call when the cells are connected in parallel. In this case I will not consider n number of cells, rather I will consider m number of cells to be connected in parallel. So let us say we are having m cells, each of EMF capital E and each of internal resistance small r to be connected in parallel. So let us complete the diagram. We will also attach external resistance capital R in series with the parallel combination of cells. So let us attach the external resistance capital R in series with the combination of cells. Now we have to find out the total circuit resistance as we have calculated in the previous case. Then we will calculate total EMF and then we will find out the amount of current withdrawn from this circuit. So if we are having m number of cells connected in parallel, what we can do, we can apply the formula in order to calculate total resistance offered by the parallel combination of the cells. So for parallel combination we have 1 upon Rp is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3 plus and so on 1 upon Rn. But these cells are having the same resistances, therefore we can say 1 upon Rp is equal to 1 upon R plus 1 upon R plus 1 upon R plus and so on 1 upon R, that is up to m number of terms. Therefore we have 1 upon Rp is equal to m divided by R, or we can say Rp is equal to R by m, taking the reciprocal. So this is the first equation. We will mark and we will keep it aside because we are going to use this equation later on. Okay, let us use this equation right now. We have to calculate the total resistance of this circuit when cells are connected in parallel and external resistance capital R is connected in series with this combination. Therefore, total resistance of the circuit is equal to the amount of resistance offered by the parallel combination of the cells plus external resistance. That is, we are having total circuit resistance is equal to R upon M plus capital R. So this is the second equation, and we are going to use this equation later on. But first of all, let us find the total EMF of this parallel combination. Now the cells are in parallel, and we know in parallel combination potential difference always remain constant and different current flows. But here we are having m number of cells, not resistors, m number of cells which are connected in parallel, and now the total EMF will remain E only because all these cells have the same EMF. Now EMF is not going to be added up, it will remain same. So total EMF of the circuit is going to be capital E only. Therefore total current flowing through this circuit, is equal to, I is equal to total EMF upon total resistance of the circuit, that is E divided by R upon M plus capital R. So we have I is equal to E upon R by M plus R. Taking the LCM in denominator, we have E upon R plus M into capital R divided by M, and taking the M in the numerator, we have I is equal to ME upon R plus MR. So this is the final equation which is telling us the total current which will flow through the circuit when we will group m number of cells in parallel. So now we need to calculate the same kind of thing, that when will maximum current flow through the circuit and when will minimum current flow through the circuit. So in this case, let us say we are having internal resistance small r very less than external resistance capital R. If this is the case, then we can neglect r. Small r is equal to 0. We can put in the above equation, in the third equation, that is small r is equal to 0. We can say I is equal to ME upon 0 plus M into capital R. Now we are left with ME upon MR. Now cancelling out the M, we are having I is equal to E upon R. That means the current flowing through the circuit is equal to current due to single cell. That means we are having least current flowing through the circuit if we will add to the circuit a very large resistance in series. If external resistance is going to be very large when the cells are connected in parallel, then we are having a least current flowing through the circuit. Now let us say if R is very small than capital R, that is external resistance which we have attached to the circuit is very less than internal resistance of the cell, then we can say that capital R is equal to 0 because we can neglect capital R. So we are having I is equal to ME divided by small r plus 0. Therefore, I is equal to ME divided by R, or we can say M into E upon R. That is, I is equal to M multiplied by current due to single cell. That means if we will attach a very small resistance in series with the parallel combination of cells, in that case we will be having maximum current flown out of the circuit. So that means we can withdraw maximum current by keeping external resistance very low with the parallel combination of the cells. So in these two cases we have done all the things. Now it is time to shift to the mixed grouping of the cells, which is quite different and it will need some special approach as well, as I am telling you it in advance. In mixed grouping, let us say we are having n number of cells connected in series in every row and we are having m rows. So let us draw the circuit. So in the first row we are having n number of cells, each of EMF E and internal resistance small r. Similarly, in the second row we are having n number of cells, each of EMF E and internal resistance small r. Similarly, in the third row we are having n number of cells, each of EMF E and internal resistance small r. and so on. We are having m number of rows. So let us complete the m rows. Now this grouping is attached to the external resistance. So let us mark the external resistance as capital R, which is in series with this mixed grouping. So again, as we have done previously, we have done it recently, that we calculated the total resistance of the circuit, we calculated total EMF of the circuit, then we have substituted the value in I is equal to E upon R, and we calculated the total current which is withdrawn. Similarly, in this case as well, we are going to calculate total resistance of the circuit, then we are going to calculate total EMF of the circuit, and then we will put it in equation I is equal to E upon R, and we will calculate the amount of current which we will withdraw from the mixed grouping of the cells. So let us say we are having n number of cells which are connected in series in the first row. So if n number of cells are connected in series, each of resistance small r, and in that case total resistance of first row is equal to nr. Then similarly, total resistance of second row is equal to nr. Again, total resistance of third row is equal to nr. And finally, and so on, we are having total resistance of mth row is equal to nr. So all these resistors are now in parallel. nr resistance of first row is in parallel with nr resistance of second row, and then nr resistance of first and second row are in parallel with nr resistance of third row, and so on with the mth row. So that means all these nr resistances are connected in parallel. Therefore I can say 1 upon rp is equal to 1 upon resistance of first row, that is nr, plus 1 upon resistance of second row, that is nr, plus 1 upon resistance of third row, that is nr, plus and so on up to m terms, because we are having m rows. Therefore I can say 1 upon rp is equal to m divided by nr, or I can say rp is equal to nr divided by m, which is the first equation, and this is the total resistance offered by the mixed grouping of cells when n number of cells are in series and m number of rows are there. So this is the first equation. All these resistors which have given us the equivalent resistance rp is equal to nr upon m is connected in series with the external resistance capital R. So therefore total circuit resistance is given by, total resistance of the circuit is given by R dash is equal to capital R plus nr divided by m. So taking the LCM, we are having m into capital R plus n into small r whole divided by m. So this is the second equation, and we have to use this equation in the relation I is equal to E upon R. First of all, we need to calculate total EMF of the circuit. Now we are having n number of cells connected in series in the first row. Therefore in case of series combination, we can add up the potential differences. That is what we are going to do over here. So total EMF of first row is equal to E plus E plus E plus and so on up to n terms, that is it is equal to NE. Similarly, EMF of the second row, I know now you are able to guess, it is going to be equal to NE, that's right. And then EMF of the third row is again NE, and so on. We are having m number of rows, again the EMF of the mth row is going to be NE. Now these NE potential differences are connected in parallel. NE potential difference offered by the first row is in parallel with NE potential difference offered by the second row, NE potential difference offered by the third row. So these are all in parallel, and in parallel we cannot add the EMFs, it is going to be same. Therefore total EMF of the circuit is equal to NE in this case, which is our third equation. Now again we have to put this value in the relation I is equal to total EMF of the circuit divided by total resistance of the circuit. Therefore, we are having I is equal to NE divided by M into capital R plus N into small r divided by small m. We can take this small m to the numerator. So we have I is equal to MNE upon M into capital R plus N into small r. So this is our final expression, but this is the expression which will not tell us what we have to do with the external resistance. So we do not know if we have to keep the external resistance high or low in order to withdraw maximum current. So we will have to give the different approach. That means we have to find the condition for maximum flow of current. Now the maximum flow of current is only possible if the denominator of this equation, that is M into capital R plus N into small r, is minimum. How can we make this equation minimum? How can we make MR plus NR, which are positive terms, and then these terms are adding up, and how can we make these terms to be minimum? So let us consider a mathematical approach. We know we can write A plus B is equal to under root of A minus under root of B whole square plus 2 under root AB. So if you do not know why we can write this equation, let us open up the right hand side. We have under root A minus under root B whole square, which could be written as under root A square plus under root B square minus 2 under root AB. And then we have plus 2ab. Now we can cancel out minus 2 under root ab with plus 2 under root ab. So we have equation a plus b is equal to under root a square plus under root b square. That means we have a plus b is equal to a plus b. That means we can express a plus b in form under root of a minus under root of b whole square plus 2 under root ab. Now if we can say that A is equal to small m into capital R and B is equal to small n into small r, then we can say m into capital R plus n into small r is equal to under root of mr minus under root of nr whole square plus 2 under root mnrr. Now this equation can become minimum. Yes, it can become minimum because this equation contains the term which could be negative. So there are two terms in this equation which are cancelling out each other. These are negative terms, that is under root mr minus under root nr. So there is an expression from which we can say that we can turn this expression to be 0. That means we are having this equation can be minimum if we are having under root of mr minus under root of nr is equal to 0. That means we can say under root of mr is equal to under root of nr. That means mr is equal to nr, or capital R is equal to n upon m into small r. That means I will become maximum if mr plus nr will become minimum. That is when external resistance capital R is equal to n upon m times the internal resistance of a cell. That means if we want to find the value of maximum current, we can say I maximum is equal to MNE upon, instead of writing capital R in denominator, I will say M multiplied by substituting the value of capital R, that is N into small r divided by M, where we can cancel M, and plus NR. We will add NR. Do not forget to add NR in the denominator, otherwise your expression will change. Now simplifying it further, so we can say I maximum is equal to MNE upon NR plus NR, or it is equal to MNE upon 2 times NR, or it is equal to cancelling out N, right? So it is equal to M by 2 E upon R. That means M by 2 times the current flowing due to single cell. That means maximum current which we can withdraw from this combination is M by 2 into current due to single cell. So this is all about today's article. I hope you have understood the concepts very clearly. If yes, then do not forget to press like, subscribe and share button.